My name is David Hale. I'm 39 years old, and this is the story of how I found out the woman I loved was living a double life and how I quietly burned everything she built from the inside out. But before the fire, there was silence. There's always silence before the collapse, and I should have known better. I met Rachel when I was 27. We both worked at a financial firm in Boston, she in PR, me in compliance. She was bold, witty, the kind of woman who didn't wait for a man to notice her. She walked up to me in the break room one day and said, "You look like someone who's afraid to take risks. Let's fix that." 2 years later, we were married. We were a team, or at least I thought so. No kids, by choice. We both said we wanted to travel first, save, experience life. I made partner at the firm at 35. She started her own brand consultancy, working with high end clients, executives, politicians. From the outside, we were that couple, stylish, successful, admired. And inside, cracks, subtle but real. It started with late nights, then weekend retreats, work trips where she wouldn't FaceTime because of weak hotel Wi Fi. I asked questions, not accusations, just questions. She answered every one of them like she'd rehearsed. She smiled like someone who knew I'd believe her. And for a while I did, until I didn't. What broke the illusion wasn't something big, it was a receipt. She left her laptop open in the kitchen, not unusual, but she forgot to close a window. An Uber receipt from 3 nights ago. Drop off, Weston Downtown Hotel, 2:03 a.m. She'd told me she was staying with her college roommate in Cambridge that night. No hotel, no city center, just that one lie was enough. I didn't confront her, not yet. I took screenshots, checked phone records, cross referenced dates. She was seeing someone regularly, every 7 to 10 days. And the phone number that popped up the most? Gregory Fielding. Married, CEO of a real estate empire in New York, one of her biggest clients. So let's be clear, this wasn't just betrayal. This was professional treason. She wasn't just cheating on me. She was building her career by sleeping with her clients behind closed doors. It was calculated, cold. And that's when I realized I wasn't married to a person. I was married to a brand. That's when I stopped being David, the betrayed husband, and became David, the quiet destroyer. Step one, I mirrored her phone. I had a contact in IT at my firm. He owed me a favor. With access to her iCloud, I saw everything: texts, calendar invites, photo backups. They were meeting at hotels, in Greg's summer home in the Berkshires, even overseas during corporate retreats. Worse, she was bragging to her best friend about how easy it was to keep me in the dark. Step 2. I learned his world. Greg Fielding was powerful but careless, married with 2 daughters, heavily invested in public image. He'd just been featured on the cover of Success Weekly, talking about family values in leadership. I hired a private investigator, got photos, videos. One night, I watched a live stream from a distance as Rachel climbed into Greg's SUV, wearing the necklace I gave her on our 5th anniversary. I wasn't angry anymore. I was calculating. Step 3. I let the mask slip just once. Rachel came home late one night, smelling like a hotel lobby. I was sitting on the couch, calm. I asked, "How was Cambridge?" She blinked, then smiled. "Oh, it was good. Sandra's doing better." I nodded. "Tell Sandra I hope she gets well soon." I called her. She said she hasn't seen you in months. Silence. She froze for just a second. Then she laughed. You're joking, right? I smiled back. Of course. She never knew that was the last night she saw me as a fool. Step 4: Collapse the empire. While Rachel was traveling, I went to work. I sent Greg's wife a package. Anonymous. Inside photos, hotel bookings, screenshots. 3 days later, Rachel's biggest contract vanished. No explanation, no phone call. She cried in the kitchen, blaming slander and cancel culture. I said nothing, just held her. Let her sob on the shoulder of the man unraveling her life. Then I made my final move. I had access to all her files, emails, and client records. I compiled everything questionable: NDAs she violated, contracts with undisclosed bonuses, travel expenses billed to other clients, and I sent it anonymously to the IRS, the state licensing board, and Greg's executive team. It was a slow motion landslide. Clients dropped her. A quiet audit started. Greg was forced to resign. His wife filed for divorce. His board froze his assets. Rachel still doesn't know how it all happened. She came home one night and said, I feel like the world is falling apart. I looked her in the eye and replied, maybe it's not the world. Maybe it's just your world. She stared at me, and in that moment, I think she knew. But she didn't say a word. 1 week later, I handed her divorce papers. She screamed, begged, threatened. I stayed silent, got in my car, and never looked back. Now, I live in a quiet cabin 2 hours from Boston. I read, I hike, I sleep better than I have in years. People say revenge is toxic. But this wasn't revenge, it was removal, it was justice. It was the only ending Rachel ever earned. I used to think love was the strongest force in the world. I was wrong. Truth is stronger. And when you finally set it free, it burns cleaner than any lie.